Hey you two, how's it going? Well, I had mostly a pretty good day today, actually, except for one kind of a downer. And you've heard this one before, although not recently. And from my point of view, it is a legitimate downer. I don't care what anybody thinks. And that is the demise of another coffee maker. That's right. My Black & Decker 12-cup programmable auto-drip coffee maker bit a big one today. It was fine this morning, and it brewed a pot of coffee this morning. But this afternoon when I went to brew another pot, I load up the coffee grounds, I load up the water, and I start the brewing cycle. Nope, its clock was still on and accurate and running. And I come back to it half an hour later looking for coffee, and it hasn't brewed anything. And the heating plate is stone cold. You know what that means. It means the heating element has burned out. And this coffee maker died young, because I got it late in April of 2015, about 13 months ago. I'm used to these things lasting 2.5 or 3 years. This one bit the big one after 13 months. That is ridiculous. Fortunately, however, I was able to procure another coffee maker. And this coffee maker is a Mr. Coffee 12-cup programmable. Note, in both instances, 12 cup is actually a 12 6-ounce cups. Who in their right mind, what American individual ever uses a 6-ounce cup with coffee? No, you use a 1-ounce cup measure, and it's called a coffee mug. Good grief. The things manufacturers do to make something look bigger than it is or better than it is. You know, I see 12 cup and I'm thinking, hey, cool, 12 cups. And then I get to thinking about it and looking at it, and I realize, wait a minute, this thing isn't big enough to hold 12 cups. They must mean 12 mini cups. Ugh, ridiculous. And trying out the Mr. Coffee, it works, it does its job, it's programmable, it has a clock on it. There are a few things about it, however, that I find quite annoying. The clock display, instead of being LEDs, which you can see from across the room, is a liquid crystal display. LCDs have this disturbing and annoying tendency to be almost impossible to see unless you are eye level with them, no more than a foot away. You get any further away, you get off angle a little bit where you're not straight onto it, and it becomes invisible. You can't see it. You can't read it. But it's usable. I can work with this. I can deal with the clock. Has another feature that I am very quickly coming to hate. It beeps. When it finishes brewing a pot of coffee, it beeps. When it reaches the end of the 2-hour keep warm cycle, it beeps. It also has an automatic cleaning cycle, and I have no doubt whatsoever that it beeps during that process too. And so what I'm going to end up doing is doing some Google search time to see if I can find a way to disable the beep without destroying the coffee maker. Hopefully I can, but if I can't, I'll leave it alone and let it beep and have a few choice words to say every time it beeps. Because I despise that sort of thing. It's annoying. My microwave beeps at me. You know, when it finishes the cycle that I set for it. which I suppose is reasonable. It's a notification that says, hey, you got food in here. Okay. And once you open the door, it stops doing that. And it doesn't beep constantly. It beeps at the end of the cooking cycle, and then every minute or so it beeps a couple of times to let you know there's something in there. Anyway, that's what's going on. Also this morning, for those that are not already aware, there is a new episode of the original single-player main world series. That's up this morning. There will be more. I'm looking at 1, maybe 2 episodes a week. Not going to try to push and cram myself down with deadlines and schedules. I'm just aiming for a goal. And one of the big goals here is to not take any more long breaks from that world. Because every time I get back into it, I get really annoyed with myself for being away from it for so long. Because I get back into the world like I did the other day, and I get looking around and thinking of this and that, and thinking how much I miss that world. It's crazy. It's a game world, I know. But it's my world. It's the first world. Yeah. Anyway, 6.5 minutes of yakking, and all I basically said was, my coffee pot broke. Somebody's gonna say that, I'm sure. But I don't care. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Have a good time.
Mr. TinFoilChef.